Welcome to another episode of the Third Wheel Podcast. I'm Caleb.
And I'm Shaps.
And I'm really excited to get through today with y'all. We just got done last week shooting our episode of our big celebratory thank you. And I'm very proud to say, since that video, which still has not aired yet at the time of this recording, we were at 44 subs and now we're at 46. And I'm hoping by the time that episode even airs, we'll be way higher. We'll see.
I don't think we thanked enough people last time.
Oh, yeah, I know. Let me say it again. No. Guys, I wanted to start off because we did this with Toomey not too long ago. But we did this with Toomey and we read hate mail. And I'm excited because since then we've received plenty more.
There's so many more things to hate now.
I know, right? Yeah. Now, new and improved Third Wheel Podcast 2.0. There's more to hate.
I hate the new sound. I hate how good it sounds.
Yeah. Now with more to hate. All right, well, actually, we got a couple good things, too, which I'd like to dive into as well. It's not all hate mail. We also get a lot of, very nice people that come out and reach out to us.
That's awesome.
I really appreciate that. So, in regards to our Harry Potter episode, well, let me go back. So, that one guy we talked about with Toomey, do you remember where he was like, why does every guy think they need a podcast?
That's right.
You remember that guy?
Yeah.
Well, he commented again a couple of shorts later.
He's still watching.
Yeah, I know.
He's our biggest fan. I knew it.
He's commented more than a lot of you guys out there who claim to be fans of ours. Anyway, he was hilarious because he a couple episodes later he commented. I say episodes, just shorts.
Yeah.
He's like, he says, let's see. He said, nobody. I'm going off my memory here because it was on TikTok and I had to clear the data out so I can make more room for more crappy shorts. He's like, nobody, and I can't stress this enough, cares. Like 2 laugh emojis. You know what I mean? And it was really hard, Chaps, I'm not gonna lie. So part of me really wants to go in there and just be like, you know what, sir? But I didn't.
Come on, man.
I know. I hate those guys on YouTube. Those are the guys that can't handle criticism.
Right, exactly.
And they'll hide it behind, well, it's not real criticism. You're just being a jerk.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's what they want. You know what I mean? But they'll go in there and be like, well, he's not really criticized. Like, yes, it is true. But you're just using that to justify you responding.
You know what? I'm going to take this in a different direction. No one cares. All right. You know what? We need to make it better. Let's just make it better.
Wow.
Yeah.
I hate you. It's not our fault.
We can always improve. So thank you for pushing us.
Yeah, I appreciate your criticism. I've logged it with our HR team, your complaint, and I appreciate you.
My only criticism to your criticism, be a little bit more descriptive next time. If there's something you don't like, mention it. Maybe you've seen something that we don't see.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it was nice because he made his TikTok private.
Oh.
So I'm wondering if a bunch of people went over to his page and was like, bro, chill.
Or do we have a bunch of fans rate his?
I don't know. That's thanks guys. I appreciate y'all. So on our Harry Potter short, we got somebody commented. So this was on the one where I titled it "Hermione should be the main character."
Oh yes,
which is very true.
So true.
Yeah, right. And that got 1,000 views, and that was we got 2 subscribers off of that. Which is
honestly,
pretty nice.
it's a better name too, like the Hermione franchise.
Yeah, heck yeah. If you're gonna base it around someone, make it around someone who actually can do stuff.
Yeah.
So somebody commented, he just runs around yelling out his 2 to 3 spells throughout the movies and being handed luck up his butt. And I was like, honestly. And then I commented, does he even do that many? And
2 to 3 times.
Yeah. That's more credit than you should be given.
Yeah,
Harry.
I love how we're not even referencing the movie. We're referencing the book.
Yeah, exactly. He's like,
the movie's worse.
He's like, I agree. All right. This one comes from Bear Hall 4919. He says, you obviously missed the point of his role in the story.
Oof.
I'm sitting here like, huh. Okay.
Continue.
I wonder. No, I'm sitting here thinking to myself, well, okay, cool. That maybe there's a good perspective here. He didn't give us any details, give any points or anything.
Okay, so that's it.
But I was like, I'd love to hear it. Maybe I'll discuss it next Harry Potter episode.
I actually here's the thing. Remember, I came into this book series completely blind. I didn't know who the characters were or what they did or, how they were. Really, I can't stand Harry Potter. The character himself.
Yeah. And you're only on book 2.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
The thing.
And I agree pretty much with everything Caleb's saying. And again, we actually disagree on a lot of things. So that tells you something.
Yeah, for sure.
Now, if I would like to meet someone who is a pro Harry Potter guy or girl, who's like, oh, absolutely, this is what you've been missing. maybe get Rolling in here.
Yeah.
And maybe she can tell us, or maybe she can't. I don't know.
Right. So like I said, I commented, I'd love to hear it. Maybe we'll discuss it next episode.
Yeah.
And then nothing back.
Oh.
I was like, oh, he just dropped by to hate, which is fine.
Mr. Bear Hall.
Yeah. Thanks, Mr. Bear Hall.
It's a cool name.
It is very nice. Hey, if you're ever listening again and you see one of our shorts, let us know what would I miss? Please tell me. I'm down to hear. Because like I'm open to liking the character. I'm just saying I've read all 7 books.
Yeah.
And I'm not a fan, okay? But I don't want to spoil it for Shaps. Maybe book 3, he'll be like, dang, Harry Potter got really good.
Yeah.
I missed the point of his role. Then tell me what I missed, please.
I am by the way, a little update on that. I'm just personally falling behind a little bit on the reading, but hoping to get back into that soon, and we'll have that 3rd episode.
Yeah, we'll get there. I haven't started yet, to be honest with you. I've read it before, but...
I think I just needed a break after 2 books.
We crammed them pretty fast, so we'll get back to that.
I don't want to get burnt out on it.
No, for sure. Because you're actually enjoying it. Last thing we need is you to start hating it because you're having to slog through it.
Honestly,
take your time.
Still pretty big fan. And actually, we did get a nicer comment, right? Or a few comments, actually, on all of our Harry Potter episodes.
I mean, I can go into this, too. I got one more, though, that's like... I couldn't help but just drop a like and let it go.
Okay.
All right. Killer Mongo 7128. He comments White Knight.
White Knight.
And that's it.
You liked it?
Yeah, I just liked it. You know what a White Knight is?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, I think he's calling me a White Knight because I think he's saying I'm simping for Hermione. I think it's what he's implying.
Honestly, though,
here's the thing: she's not real. She's not a real person. She can't cast real spells.
Oh
now,
boy, he's getting real defensive.
Yeah. Oh, whatever.
His cheeks just went.
Look, we're recording.
I can see like 6-year-old Caleb right now, like, oh, Hermione, she's the best character, and I hope she, I hope she beats Harry and she gets girl of the year, head boy of the year, head girl of the year.
After this, we should read some Harry Potter fan fiction.
Oh no, I forgot that's a thing,
dude. Everything's a thing.
I know. I just went.
I bet you at some point there'd be a fan fiction of this show.
Oh God.
Yeah.
You're right.
Bwah, 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 bwah. Yeah.
It's you with our equipment.
Yeah. Oh, and we got a good comment on our Indiana Jones review too. But let's go through the Harry Potter ones. Yeah. They're not that long, but they're nice. All right. I want to shout out Toodleskay. She commented on the very first episode we did, and I think I'm saying it right. I apologize if I'm not. But she commented on our first Harry Potter review, but I'm going to go through the second one. She actually talks about some stuff that we brought up, which was cool because she's actually very knowledgeable about behind the scenes stuff.
Yeah.
So her not most recent comment, but she says, from what I understand, Rowling had a pretty detailed outline of the whole series before she wrote at least the other 6 books, if not all 7. She kind of knew how she wanted to tie things in from one book to a later book. I believe I heard that already, where she kind of had not just an outline, but she had like imagine that board behind you with just like note cards and
so she had a
sticky
storyboard.
tabs. Yeah, but pretty much. And she outlined all 7 books. Where do you think creatively you decide to stop at like 7? You know what I mean? Like, why not go to 20 books? And I'm not saying she should.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, where do you think the headspace is where she decides, 7's good, and that's the full story of Harry Potter?
I have nothing to base this off of because she does really kind of set up the books to be more of like villain of the week kind of feel, weirdly enough.
Oddly enough, because the villain of the week's Voldemort every time. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, but that's a good way to put it. She villain of the week, the same villain over and over, which is hilarious.
It's like Scooby-Doo. Like, I wonder who's under the hood this time.
Yeah,
it's Voldemort.
Oh, I would have gotten away with the 2
if it wasn't for Harry Potter.
Yeah, if it wasn't for you dirty kids
and Ron's sarcasm.
Yeah. Wow, that's the best way to put it. They made him a Scooby-Doo villain. I love it. I'm gonna say that next Harry Potter book.
No, but maybe she like looked at other authors for reference and kind of see, what's like the good limit of,
because the Narnia books start up to 7.
So that's
and I've read all those, so I don't feel the need to go through those because I don't actually like all the Narnia books.
Sure.
By the way, have you read all of those?
Oh geez, I only read the first one, I think.
Okay. I don't. Now you say first one. Do you mean the first one is In Line the Witch and the Wardrobe?
Yeah, that one.
Okay. Yeah, that's in order of publishing. That's the first one, but he actually goes back and does a prequel book that's technically book 6, but is really book 1.
So like how Tolkien did the what's that book called? The prequel to Lord of the Rings.
Well, actually, no.
Silmarillion?
I think he wrote the Hobbit. Oh, yeah. But that's different. The Silmarillion. You're right in the basic sense, but he wrote the Silmarillion as like he's trying to flesh out. It's more like a history book, and he didn't get to finish it, so it's not really in like a book form where it's like. And then chapter 2, it's more so like you're reading a giant appendix that's hard to understand.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, you're reading like a very rough draft of what he wrote.
Oh wow,
because he didn't get to finish it. So
cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, he didn't write 7 books. I don't think, right, for that series.
No, he wrote.
It was 2 Hobbits.
There's a lot of unfinished work.
Yeah,
there's one Hobbit.
Oh, really?
There's the 3 Lord of the Rings. There's a Silmarillion, and then I think there's a legit book just called Unfinished Tales, where because like he just died, he couldn't.
I don't understand how that franchise can be so massive in like lore and history when like he's only done a small handful of books.
Oh, you need to. If you read those, you'd understand.
Oh, okay.
Because in the movies they shorten out a lot of stuff because in the books Frodo like goes on so many tangent adventures.
Oh, I see.
Where he's like on his way to Mordor, he's like, oh, who's that guy over there in that mysterious barn? Side quest, He puts a lot of side quests in the books.
I see.
So yeah, there's a lot of stuff in there without spoilers. But anyway, Toodleskay commented again later. She said, "Come over to the Potter Nerds. We have cookies, chocolate frogs, fizzing whiz-bees, peppermint toads, pumpkin pasties, and Birdie Bots every flavor beans."
Wow.
Well, I've tried the Birdie Bots. I'm just kidding. No, those were pretty fun.
Dude, I love how one thing I admire about the Harry Potter fan base is that it's so like expansive, like all ages,
Right.
fall head over heels over the franchise. I just think it's really, really cool. I mean, there's a friend of mine whose wife is a doctor, like an eye doctor, and she apparently reads all the books every year. Like that's how dedicated of a fan
Really?
she is. I'm like, wow, that's really cool.
For the most part, at least, I mean, we don't have the biggest audience ever. We actually got a lot based on the Harry Potter stuff so far, which I anticipated. But so far, they've been pretty nice. Yeah. Now, I'm sure there's a toxic fan base out there, but I appreciate y'all for being nice to us for just like talking about what we don't like, which is totally fair to do. And then like it's totally fair for y'all to talk about what you do like. So she goes on to say, Dumbledore only had 2 actors because one passed away.
I did read that up after I said that. Yeah. I didn't know.
In the actual Harry Potter series anyway, Fantastic Beasts is something completely different because we kind of talked about maybe going into Fantastic Beasts. I will say, Toodleskay, you got me really wanting. So Shaps here wants to play Hogwarts Legacy when we're done with the Harry Potter series.
Yeah.
I'm very hesitant to do so because I don't have time. But whenever you interact with us, it makes me more inclined to like continue the Harry Potter stuff past book 7. Because I'm gonna be a little sad when we finish the 7th book because then it's like, dang, like we had a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It was fun to talk about trying out the foods too, and then interacting with y'all as a fan base. I'm glad you still comment, but it makes me want to keep going because I like having the interaction with the good fans. Sure. You know what I mean?
Now she's a Dobby supporter, right?
Well, I don't know. Let's read on and find out.
I think she left a comment about Dobby.
Yep. She did.
I can't wait. I'm so happy.
For Hagrid, they had a huge Hagrid suit with some mechanics and a tall stuntman inside.
Yeah, that was insightful. I didn't know that.
Yeah, I actually didn't know that either. But I'm sure the guy's a bigger guy too, though.
He is a really big guy, but like I saw pictures of him at before and after, and I couldn't really tell like if it was animatronic or CGI.
Right. The stuntman couldn't even sit down. If you pay attention, you never really see Hagrid's face when they're emphasizing his size, unless he's sitting down on an overly small furniture. I did notice that, and that's what I was telling you about camera angles. You can do that with like anything, no face, and then he's just a big mechanical suit. Yeah. Let's see. Oh, this was really interesting to me. By the way, Rowling's other books under her pseudonym are doing pretty good on sales. There are more Harry Potter nerds that haven't canceled her than. There are more Harry Potter nerds that haven't canceled her than you think.
That's good.
The Wizarding World at Universal Orlando is also still incredibly popular. That is true. I have been there. You haven't been there, right, Shaps?
No.
Okay. Yeah. So I've been there, and it is a lot of fun. And I walked in with a cynical attitude like I always do. I'm always a jerk, like, oh, let's get this over with, and I walk in. But no, it's a lot of fun. Like, the world's fine. Like I said, the world's never been the issue for me.
I mean, that was like my biggest draw to it.
Yeah, actually, 100%. That's the only reason why I give it any credit at all is the world. Hogwarts, the side characters, my main problems can be summed up under Harry Potter and Voldemort. Like honestly, those are my main issues.
Everything else,
like everything else, I can kind of excuse. At least so far. Just wait till we get to the middle books.
Even little Dobby.
No. Speaking of him, no. She says, "Okay, I'm very sorry Toodle Scam, I have to disagree with you on this next point you make. I'm very sorry. You're a great person.
Fellow Dobby supporter.
Yes. No, she says, best villainy to come. You'll see she does know how to write a villain. I'm so sorry.
He gave me like the...
Yeah, I don't agree. I'm very sorry.
He gave me the look like, oh God, don't give him hope.
Yeah, I'm glad you like it though. I'm not gonna talk bad for you enjoying the villain. But maybe Shaps will agree with you because, like, he you know, like you said,
I have no idea what's coming.
Right.
It is so crazy how little I know about this.
Yeah. He really does know nothing, which is great. Like, he didn't know who Dobby was. Now he knows, and he likes Dobby.
Yeah,
you know.
I know.
And I hate him.
Shoot me.
Yeah,
you're crazy.
I will. And cut. All right. She says, "I love Dobby, and he improves in later books." We also got a comment about that too.
Okay.
He did give Harry a clue. It was just very convoluted by Dobby's house elf logic. Plus,
which is what I had predicted. I thought that's what it was. Like, I know. And I don't know. We talked about that. Remember how you said, oh, what was the clue? And I was like, I think it was a clue by his logic, but he's just stupid. Like, that's just how it worked.
You said that. You didn't say that.
No, I did. I absolutely.
I've listened to that episode 80 times.
Okay. I'm not going to lie. I believe you when you say 80 times.
I play it when I go to sleep.
Every night.
Oh, not on YouTube though. I don't boost our views. I boost Spotify views, but I don't look at those because I know most of it's me.
No, I'm pretty sure I said it was just stupid logic. Like, I'm pretty sure I said something similar.
You might have muffled it under your breath where I couldn't hear it on purpose, so you could say.
Because remember, I was defending him at first. So, like, why would I just...
Right.
Yeah.
No, I know you were defending him, but here's the thing, though. That's what Harry Potter fans do. They like Dobby.
That's what they do. The fans, they
for no reason. They like Dobby a lot. They love him, but I just... Whatever.
I know. I agree with you that it was, like, stupid and, like, he did a lot of awful things. But, like, in my head, I'm like... But he was trying to help him. Like, in his own world, he was trying to help Harry. Like, I get it. But, yeah, I love Dobby. He's cool.
All right. She says he improves in later books. I actually don't remember him that much in the later books.
Which is weird, because it looks like they're building him up to be kind of like a bigger companion.
I'm sorry, build up? That's not in this series. All right.
Well, they build up Voldemort, all right?
She also says, plus you need to understand Dobby to understand a later character in the series.
You don't understand Dobby. That's the problem.
Yeah. Clearly I missed the point. That guy was right.
You missed the point.
Yeah, clearly I missed the point of his character.
You're just a white knight for Hermione, and that's it. It's the best thing I've heard all day.
Yeah, that was pretty good. I'm going to change our thumbnail to White Knight.
Welcome to your face on it.
Welcome to the White Knight podcast. Filch is the squib who keeps the castle in order. Remember you were trying to remember the janitor's name?
That's right.
Filch. And then I'm sorry, I forgot the cat's name.
No, I'm just terrible with names. I knew who it was. I just
yeah. And in the episode, you're like, oh, I know who you're talking about, and you're describing the character. We just forgot the name,
right?
You know, but Squib. Yeah, and then I asked you if you like squibs. You didn't know what I was talking about, but
gotcha. Yeah. To go back on that, yes, I do like Squibs. I think he's a cool character. Yeah. Very scary. It reminds me that this book gets intense. Just like with some of the things like people say sometimes, like chaining children up onto the walls. I'm like, oh my God, dude.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I agree with you.
Why do we keep him around?
Yeah, dude, we're almost halfway through the episode just talking about like love and hate mail. I love it. It's pretty cool.
I love it, dude. More and more.
Yeah, dude, guys, keep commenting. This is great. Like the fan interaction is really cool. And if we get super toxic comments, like I'll go through those too. I'll cut out the cursing. I don't care. So I went ahead and responded, and I just said like, hey, thanks for stopping by. I talked about how much you're loving the series, and you've never read it.
Yeah,
I'm glad they're here. And I talked about I did get to visit Harry Potter World, and I said the Hagrid motorcycle ride was awesome.
Yeah,
and then she goes, you would love. She says you would love the one Harry Potter ride I hated. Okay, awesome. Here's the thing, Toodles. I wanted to ride all the rides. The lines were so long. That we were in that line for like a solid 2 hours.
Yeah.
So when I finally got on that ride, I was like, I'm not getting on another line for I'm sorry, I'm not. I went around. I started buying wands for people. I started drinking the butter beers. I started eating. That's why I go travel. I travel for food. Okay. So in that whole Disney World trip, I ate like 80 Mickey Mouse pretzels. I drank 50 butter beers. I bought tons of candy. I gave it out to all my friends when I got back. I love the Hagrid ride, and I know what you mean. Like. there's more there. Just those lines, bro. You just they suck, man. It's hard to get in those lines. You know what I mean? You're standing there forever. So when I got done, I enjoyed it. I loved the Hagrid ride, but that's really the only one I got to go on. I got on one more, but I can't remember what it was. But that's one that stuck out to me because, like, I actually really like Hagrid. Like I said, I like the characters.
Sure.
Just don't like a couple. There's only a few that I don't like. So
I'm a simp for Tom Riddle.
I simp for Volpe. Yeah. So there's that one. There's another one. This is a buddy of mine I used to work with. He says Dobby sucks when he's first introduced, but he starts his journey after he's freed.
You know what? I believe it. I'm gonna believe it. I'm gonna have high hopes for Dobby because I already can kind of tell, like, kind of an awkward character to introduce. It always sucks to introduce a character who's like supposed to be an obstacle but not an antagonist to your protagonist.
Sure. He's definitely an obstacle. And he's an obstacle for the reader, too. Me. Because I had trouble reading his sections. Luckily, he's not really in the book that much. He's at the beginning.
Are there any other people? Like, is it like a normal thing to hate Dobby, or are you kind of in the minority?
Oh, I'm in the minority.
Really?
Yeah.
That's actually really fascinating. Because he is totally a Jar Jar Binks. It's interesting.
Yeah, but no, people love Dobby.
Wow.
And I cannot stand him. Like I said, I am in the minority on that.
I will say.
But I think I've defended myself well enough.
You know what?
You know what I mean?
I know we should probably wait to go full in depth about the second movie, but I will say, interestingly enough, I hated him more in the movie because it looked like he enjoyed messing with Harry a lot more. In the book, it felt like it was a necessity. In the movie, he's like smiling while he's like freaking torturing him, but like in the book, it actually kind of felt like I guess it was like the reader, audiobook, the reader who like really sold like his kind of nervous, shaky way of talking. You know?
Gotcha.
So I'm like,
okay,
I can really like that. I understood way more, and that's actually another thing I hate about the movie. So I really didn't like this Chamber of Secrets movie because there's just so much in the book that got done really, really well, and kind of like ruined it a little bit. When it comes actually to movie form. So
yeah. Right. Okay. That's a good point. Because you're right. Because Dobby's sitting there like evilly, like
he like giant smile on his face. Oh, I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
Like, no, that's not what I got in the book.
Right.
At least.
Yeah. So Chris
Funny
Columbus,
for the kids, but
Chris Columbus is gone.
Thank God.
Thank God. He's not that. I mean, he's not dead. I don't think. But
no, I don't
he's
think
not directing the later.
No.
ones. So.
My sister said that the movies get really good at the third one. So I'm like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Because I really didn't enjoy the first two. I thought visually they were good, but like anything else.
Confession to make. I've watched the third movie again like last week.
Oh,
I'm sorry, but I'll watch it again with you if I have to. But but I'll save them now. I had a friend over and she's like, "Can we watch Harry Potter?" And I was like, "No, please God, no." And then she batted her eyes at me, and I can't say no to women. That's a very well documented thing here on the show. And I said,
God,
yes.
dude, what you are a simp.
I didn't pay for anything. I just spent my time.
I can't say no to women. I'm just not that kind of guy.
You know what? I am a white knight.
Get off your high horse.
Look, man, I know what my weaknesses are. Okay, I know
everyone does.
I know I haven't. Yeah, I know. It's not that hard to get me to. You can scam me out of millions of dollars. It's easy to do.
Yeah.
All right. Next comment. We got last one. Toodleskay commented again on our Indiana Jones review. Thanks, Toodleskay.
Sweet.
Yeah, Toodleskay's back. Thank you again. She left us a nice long thing talking about what we talked about. Okay.
I hope it sounded coherent because I was really tired. So it wasn't like as well put together in my head.
I'm going to be honest with you. I think 35 minutes in, there's still 10 minutes left to edit. I couldn't do it anymore. I just made the video and just went to bed because it was almost 2.
I personally apologize because I don't feel like I did my best with that review, only because like again it was so late in the day after work. I was just like, movie bad, but
yeah. No, we did fine. I like as far as like movie reviews go, and it's actually gotten a lot of views. Not more than I thought we'd get. So
okay, well this comment.
Yeah, Toodleskay. I see a few glowing reviews, but most people seem to have the same opinion. I won't waste my money. Kudos to Harrison, though. One of the filming delays was because he was injured on set during filming. So that's the first part of this 3-part comment. Okay, I didn't know that. Harrison Ford hurt his foot during Force Awakens. Do you remember that?
I do remember that.
I think he broke it on the door.
Yeah.
Which like, dang, I wish I broke something on the door of the Millennium Falcon. That'd be cool. At least I was on it.
Harrison's like, screw you, kid.
Yeah. Oh, I just noticed something. So the picture I used for Mid-Journey on the Indiana Jones, his hand's all messed up.
So good, by the way.
Yeah, it looks great, right? But his hand's all messed up. Mid-Journey still can't do hands yet.
No.
Which is pretty funny.
Never will.
No, not yet. yet. No, I won't say never.
Dude, it's been so long.
Really? How long's Midjourney been around?
Like, I want to say over a year.
Okay.
And like that's the one. It's improved in so many areas. It cannot fix the hands though. Too many digits.
Oh, okay. Oh, cool. The reunion is not until next week, so we're good. All right. The unwatchable comments from test audiences, if you remember, they kept saying this is unwatchable. So the unwatchable comments from the test audiences was from before the multiple reshoots. So they reshot the heck out of this movie, apparently.
Wow.
They had to change the ending. Rumors were they were going to kill Indy off like they did Han Solo. I don't know how true that is. I'm assuming there is an ending out there where they did kill off Indy.
Like we said, because there's 4 writers and like they felt so so convoluted. I think there's probably like 8 to 12 different endings they could have gone with.
Yeah, right.
Like that's how open ended it was.
And it feels like they used 3 of them.
Yeah, exactly. Like one after the other.
Yeah. So
it's really stupid.
Yeah, and they were very disjointed. You know what I mean? But anyway, I did read an article though where the guys at Lucasfilms said we will not kill off Indiana Jones. That was before they even started making the movie. So they had already established that they were...
I see.
Killing him was never in the cards. Because, like, they tried to justify it by saying, like, he's such a beloved character. And they understood the last movie ended so well, it's unfair to dig him up for the sole purpose of killing him off.
Oh, Lucasfilm could put a thing or two on the other side.
Yeah.
But, yeah, that's interesting.
So they made a big point to, like, we're not going to kill Indy. Like, that's not fair. That's not cool. Because, like, he had a good ending already. They thought, good enough. Like we talked about in the review.
That's admirable, but then why make the movie?
Exactly. Yeah, unless there was a really good story they thought they could tell.
Like, honestly, okay, here's the thing. I think it could have... I guess we're going on another tangent. A small little tangent.
Yeah, that's fine.
I think it could have benefited from an even smaller story.
Right.
Like, what if this really was kind of like a... I'm trying to think of like... Almost like the guy directed Logan, right? Mm-hmm. What if it was like that? What if it generally was like everyone... in his life, is basically gone now. It's just him. Mm-hmm. And he's on a smaller journey that's not so world-ending. That's not so Indiana Jones. It's more like the character is legitimately, like, retiring. Like, this is it for him. I think it could have been a lot sweeter and a lot more wholesome and just, like, hit harder. Instead of having, like, these giant, big action scenes that really no one's impressed by.
Put that in air quotes. Action scenes.
Right. No, I think it could have benefited from that a lot. Definitely, there's just so many freaking characters in this movie and so many different angles it tries to go for. Like, I really kind of wish it was a smaller story.
Yeah, I agree with you because, like, he can't move that much anymore. Yeah, you could tell.
Like, you could have taken full advantage of his acting, but like that would have sold the movie. Like, people would have gone to see Harrison Ford for Harrison Ford, especially as Indy.
Yeah. So another thing when she brought that up, she brought up killing off Indy. I don't think that there probably is an ending, a draft where they did that, but they probably went with
off screen or something.
Yeah,
like
but
implied.
but they went ahead and chose not to do that, which I actually am thankful for. But the other thing I was going to bring up were Carrie Fisher. So whenever she died, and they had just finished like episode 8, and she's barely in the movie, and they made a big point saying we're not going to put her in episode 9. That was their first thing, was like, she's not going to be in it.
Yeah.
And then they went back on that and they put her on there. So I don't understand where Lucasfilms is, like, what their goals are, what their values are.
I think it's a Catherine Kennedy thing. I know everyone loves the hate on Catherine Kennedy. Like, she's the only thing wrong with Lucasfilm. There's plenty of things wrong with Lucasfilm. Mm-hmm. However, that sounds like something she would do, because I remember she blamed, this was back like a year or two ago, she blamed the unsuccess of Solo based off of deep faking. She's like, if only we could have deep faked Harrison Ford, essentially. Like, it would have been a lot better, essentially. Like, people didn't buy the new Han Solo. Like, she's really into, like, the deep faking and the technology and stuff, and she's really one of the main driving forces of not recasting, but putting old actors' faces on things. Yeah. That probably was her call. Like, we need Princess Leia in this film. We need her to be right there.
Yeah, I know an interview you're talking about where she blamed the whole thing on Solo flopping with, like, oh yeah, it's just because we recast Harrison Ford. Like, no,
that's not at
wrong
all.
Takeaway, Disney. Okay, that's not the issue. The issue isn't, nobody wants to see old Harrison Ford get de-aged.
No,
obviously. Like, I don't know how this Indiana Jones 5 movie is gonna do, but Yeah, I don't understand. They need to get rid of Kathleen Kennedy. I'm sorry. Just every time I talk about her, I get upset.
I don't really know any of the good stuff she's done, which is hard, which
Right.
just sucks because like I'm sure she's done great stuff.
Well, no,
and George Lucas actually had a lot of faith in her. So
Yeah,
like,
her name's attached to so many things. Because like if you go back to, I want to say like let's go back to the old Indiana Jones. Like I think you'd actually be surprised here. Let me look up. Let's just look up Last Crusade.
I'm not ignorant to that. Like I know that George Lucas and her had a great relationship.
I was about to say because she's been around for a minute. Like she's been around a long time, like longer than I thought. She looks great for whatever age she is.
Yeah.
So let's see. Maybe I'm crazy. Maybe I'm an idiot. I'm pretty sure she's a producer. Okay, I don't see it on here. Anyway, I just remember looking up an old movie. I can't remember which one. Sorry, guys. Now I'm just talking out of my butt. I know there was an older movie that I was surprised her name was on. It was just like produced by Kathleen Kennedy. I was like, holy cow. Like she was just a producer back in the day. Now she's like head of everything.
Yeah.
Maybe it was, this movie isn't that old. I get it. But maybe it was Crystal Skull that I saw.
I mean, that's older than you think, probably.
Yeah.
That's actually pretty old.
Yeah.
Old enough because that was before the Disney buyout. So
Yeah, no, I don't see her. Well. I just remember like seeing her on something super old, and I was like, "Dang, bro! Like she's been around a minute. She's been working." So,
and she's like she knows her way around the industry, and she has talent. But like, I'm also definitely not on the hype train of like, oh, replace her with Dave Filoni. I don't think that's the right call. Like, I think Dave Filoni should be in more creative executive role. However, I don't think he would fix everything because honestly, I'm getting a little tired of his Filoni-verse a little bit, and the whole a little bit. I'll get into that in a second.
Sure.
And I'm totally against George Lucas taking over again. Like, first of all, he's way too old.
Yeah,
and second,
he is old.
That's just not a solution. Like, you don't like that's a fanboy move right there.
Right.
To back on Filoni, I didn't enjoy Mandalorian season 3 as much as I did 2. I think it was fine. But a lot of these shows that are coming out that are kind of attached to his Filoni-verse, like the Ahsoka show, I read up on some of like the stories that some of the characters are going through, I'm like, oh, that's a little uninteresting. And also I kind of miss the feeling of unique standalone stories that we got with like Rogue One, for instance. And because of that, we got Andor, which is my favorite show to come out so far with Star Wars. I know, shut up. I saw your eyes rolling. Andor is really, really awesome.
No, not Andor. You said Rogue One.
I know, Rogue One. And Andor.
I heard Andor's good.
Andor is great.
Yeah.
And it has nothing to do with the rest of all the other shows. Like, I don't really like the whole everyone has to know each other, everyone has to meet up. Because then, like, what did everyone love about Mandalorian? It was unique.
Right.
It didn't have anything to do with the films or the shows or
Yeah, but
there
now,
weren't any shows.
But now he crossed over with Ahsoka,
He had
Thrawn.
every single person
knows each other.
And I'm like, that I don't like that a whole lot. And they kind of ruined Boba Fett, which my favorite character. Like it would have been better if he just had his own show.
Right.
But no, they can't really do that anymore because it's so successful just to have a show like a universe, like a shared universe.
Right. And that's the thing with I actually kind of had that problem with season 2. Like it was good enough.
It started it definitely started in season 2.
Yeah, but like definitely like he had to cross over with Ahsoka. Like every episode was a setup for another show
now
that I'm not gonna watch. You know what I'm saying? I have no interest in the Ahsoka show.
It may not be just a Filoni thing. It may be like a studio thing, but it's his characters.
Yeah.
So here's the thing: I grew up loving Clone Wars. I even liked Rebels a little bit, but like. Yeah, I want to see the new stuff. I loved Mandalorian because it was new.
Yeah.
I love Andor because it's new.
Crossing over with Boba Fett, I think, was as far as it should have gone.
It
may
not. I don't even think it should. Like,
I actually, it was a good launching pad for
it was a good
Boba
team
Fett
up.
show.
It was actually a pretty cool team up.
It was,
and like Boba Fett was pretty cool in season 2. But then like the show took over, and then like. What happens? Mandalorian comes in halfway through the season and ruins it. Like,
and we say ruin in the fact that like he stole the show because like it was supposed to be a Boba Fett show, and Boba Fett was never as cool as episode with Mando.
Exactly. You know well, except for 1 and 2. Episodes 1 and 2 were pretty good because he was with the Tusken Raiders.
Right.
Like, that was really good and unique and new.
Yeah,
and
I was like, bro, the rest of the show is going to be bomb.
But then it cuts to Mandalorian.
Then it cuts to Cyberpunk for some reason.
Yeah, and then like that's this. Oh man, I hate it how that's where you find out Grogu leaves Luke.
Yeah.
And that's a 2-year gap. They came up with that later.
Here's the thing, though, is Grogu, we're good. I think we started at the same time. Yeah. Grogu wasn't supposed to come back. That was like a Kathleen Kennedy thing.
Yeah.
Because she wanted to sell more toys. She wanted to get... She wasn't convinced the show could last on its own without him.
And there's a great interview where Favreau is explaining that there's a 2-year gap between season 2 and season 3 Mandalorian, which is so bogus. Like that just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
And Filoni's like keeping his mouth shut the entire time, and like just his body language. I don't like reading too much into it, but it kind of just looks like he knows this isn't the right story. Like this isn't the story that we're supposed to tell.
Talk about Filoni. Knows. Yeah.
And like Favreau knows. Like all of them know.
Yeah, but Favreau likes working because, like, you think about Favreau got screwed over on Iron Man 2 because, like, that was not his movie. It was Avengers .5. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And that wasn't his fault. And then, like, you know, he didn't. I don't think he said too much about it. But I know that, like, he wasn't on Iron Man 3. They kicked him off of that. Like, you know, he wants a job.
Right.
But Jon Favreau is really cool, though. So, like, I know he'd be fine on his own. Did you ever watch any of his movies that he's made?
I feel like I have. I haven't looked at
so he made Zathura, which, yes.
Yeah, I watched that. I actually really like that.
That's a good movie. But, like, I will acknowledge, yes, it's basically Jumanji.
It is.
But in space. In space. Yeah. But he also made Chef. Did you watch Chef? That's a good movie.
Yeah.
Okay, now he's very good at writing, directing, and starring all three in one film, which I
so
love.
rare.
I adore that.
I didn't know, I didn't know who he was in the Iron Man movies, until I watched them. It was way later. I was like, wait, he's actually like the head guy.
Oh yes, and I think
he's even in Mandalorian. He's like, which is so cool.
Yeah, he also, I believe, he made Elf. I think that's his movie. Make Elf. Yeah, that's his movie.
Which I didn't actually like that, but
you didn't like that one. Okay, but like he's talented though.
No,
he's funny. He can do action.
He has pretty much like every corner. Just like the guy who directed Spy Kids. I forget his name for a second, but he does everything too.
Oh yeah, Robert Rodriguez.
Yes, Robert Rodriguez.
Yeah, very stylized. Does a lot of good stuff. No, okay. What was the other thing he's done? There was one more I was going to mention that was like a good Jon Favreau thing. Oh, Jungle Book.
Yes.
Did you watch that live action Jungle Book?
No, but we talked about that. How good. I know it was really well received.
Yes, very, and like he knew. No, he went on to direct Lion King live action remake. Now I don't think it's his fault, but
people
like,
had his gun to.
But like here's the thing. At the end of the day, he has a job. Like he's hired to do a job.
Exactly.
And look, if he probably got paid a ton of money. If someone offered me $50 million to make a crappy live action remake of a Disney movie, I'd say I'd have done it for half.
He's not a Tarantino. He can't just do however many movies he wants in his way and on his timing and still be a billionaire. Like, there's a lot of directors out there who just kind of have to keep working.
Right.
Like, that's just how it is.
Yeah. So, and there's a lot of pressure on him to carry the whole franchise now.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Which is, a little shocking.
Yeah.
I really, really hope Ahsoka's good. I know we say that about every show now, but like,
I already got some interesting characters.
That's going to be like the next big step, you know, like, because like Mandalorian season 4, like, is kind of up in the air. I'm sure they're gonna make another one, but like, Ahsoka's like supposed to be like the spearhead to the next, you know, like the next era, I guess. So I'm excited to see where it goes. Oh man, I'm excited to see Thrawn, but like, attached to this universe, I don't know. Maybe.
I'm very disappointed with what's his name, Moff Tarkin.
Oh yeah,
not Tarkin. Is that his name? Gideon. Sorry, Tarkin's the original.
You disappointed with him?
Yeah, because like he comes back every season.
Yeah,
he's almost Voldemort at this rate.
He dies in a cloning facility. How convenient.
Yeah,
I wonder how he's gonna come back.
Yeah, exactly. Like he just like he's pulling a Voldemort, bro.
No, he like I know.
It was fine the first 2 seasons because like he just like the first season he didn't die. Obviously, he just got thwarted. Okay, right. Season 2 was like that was a good finality, and then just like every season he keeps coming back. He's pulling a Voldemort, bro.
So yeah, they kind of reveal in season 3 that there's like a shadow collective of all these Imperial remnant officers,
which is pretty cool.
I'm like, okay, cool. Well, Gideon had his shot. Why don't we like look at all of these other guys?
Yeah.
You know, like, and then like Thrawn's his lieutenant's like one of them. I'm like, okay, that's a cool reveal, like cool way to lead up. I'm guessing Thrawn's gonna be like the Thanos of this Filoniverse, but
that'd be kind of cool.
Yeah, so that's why I'm like, really excited to see Ahsoka. But
yeah,
we'll see. I don't want Moff to come back.
But he
love the actor. But
but like he also got kind of typecasted.
He did.
Yeah, because like he plays the same character and everything now. Because like he's in Far Cry 6, I think. He's the same
like
guy.
The stoic.
He plays
leader.
Gus from Breaking Bad.
Very violent, very barbaric, but also very stoic in the front. And manipulates you and knows 5 steps ahead. Everything you're gonna do.
He plays that guy in everything now. It's very. I mean, he's great at that one role, but he's been very much typecasted. And it's very unfortunate. I want him to be in a zombie movie where he's trapped in a mall with a bunch of other kooky characters.
You know what's funny? I just literally saw him as a zombie, but still has like the stoic way of talking. Like, he leads all the zombies, and he's
where'd
like,
you see? Where'd you see that, or did you just
no,
make
I'm
that
just
up in your
saying,
head?
like, that came in my head. I'm just like, as you mentioned, he's like, well, you are the survivors, and we are the zombies, and we're going to kill you. You have 5 minutes to escape before.
You know what? You're right. So in a zombie TV series, let's just say he's in The Walking Dead.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's say
he will 100% be the guy who controls the zombies.
Yeah. No. So I imagine Rick running to a community, right? And they say, "Let me take you to our leader," and then it's him. He's like, "Hello, Rick. I see you're upset with the current circumstances." Like,
and then like they all pass out because they eat food he gives them, and then he's like, "You've been infected with the zombie virus. You have 5 minutes before I get what I want."
Yeah. That's too bad. He needs a role where he breaks out of that. Okay.
Yeah.
He almost needs. It sounds stupid, and like I'm not saying he should go for this role, but he needs a role where he's like a mad scientist, where he's able to flex his creative muscles a bit, and then
Jekyll and Hyde.
Do what?
Jekyll and
Hyde. Yeah. So he needs something like that. No, he just needs something where he breaks out of that mold, where he's not the same character every time. He needs a role, and I don't care. Like Mr. Fring, Gus Fring. I'm just kidding. You need to get a role real quick that's just like so out there crazy to where people are like, okay, he can do other things besides that character. You know,
of course, who's going to say no to Star Wars at this point?
No, for sure.
But
there's other stuff though. He's going to keep playing the same character.
I feel like
for
he
everything.
could do a lead. I feel like he has potential to be a lead. Like he has such great range of emotion,
which we haven't gotten to see. That's the thing,
exactly.
And it's unfortunate, but oh well. Oh, sorry, Toodles. Last part of your comment. We're good. We got a few minutes.
Just paranoid. That's all.
Okay. They should have brought Mutt and They should have brought Mutt and Short Round back to be the ones doing the action with Indy.
I have heard that.
With being more like his father was in The Last Crusade action wise.
Yeah.
Yeah. So in the last, that very good criticism. I think we kind of mentioned that in our review.
I mentioned like, oh, Short Round's in this, but he's.
Yeah. No. Okay. So like, Mutt. Here's the thing. I think. Again, they don't like recasting stuff, but they should have just recast Mutt. If your problem is Shia LaBeouf, then just recast him.
Yeah.
Okay, bring the character back because people like the character.
Also, I think the actor who played Short Round won an Oscar a couple years ago.
Yeah, and he still looks great.
No, he looks amazing. Here's the thing, and someone also brought up a great point was that. Technically, Temple of Doom chronologically is the first adventure in the movies, and that's what Short Round. So technically, the last one should be with Short Round. I'm like, that's a cool idea, and it will replace the stupid kid who just replaced. Like he's exactly like Short Round, but just more annoying and less fleshed out. You know?
Yeah,
like, you're right. Why not just have him as older? You know, older Short Round. Like that'd be really cool to see. But no, we need to.
Have you ever seen the memes that are like, they're just like wrong? They're trying to present facts, but they're just like they're wrong. Yeah. I saw a meme a long time ago. I think 2016, 2015, they were saying, oh, the guy that plays Glenn from The Walking Dead, that's Short Round. They put pictures together. And it was just like, wow, I was today years old when I realized the guy that plays Glenn also played Short Round in Indiana Jones. And I was like, so I look it up, and it's not him. Like, they're not the same guy.
So it's just racism?
Yeah, just racism, like straight up.
Because I've seen that meme before, but I didn't look into it.
Yeah, I know. I looked because I like to fact check my memes here. If you're gonna make a claim here, I like to check it.
I think is the meme racism. That's stupid.
Oh, these two guys look alike. They must be the same person. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Oh boy. Yeah. Also with the movie, they also said that instead of having that one girl, I don't know her name. Dang it. I forgot all the names of these characters. They should have had the CIA agent join him, like instead of that one girl who the treasure hunter.
Yeah.
Because the CIA agent seemed to have more common goals with Indiana.
Real quick, we're still talking about Indy 5. And for
sure.
Yeah.
That would have been a pretty cool team up, I think. But just take advantage of what you have, right?
Yeah, because I thought that girl was going to be a bigger part of the story.
No.
And because she's got you can tell she's acting. She's trying to act the role.
Yeah, she has a really cool look and
personality.
Yeah.
She stands out, and then they just don't use her that much, you know, because I know this episode's not going to come out till later, but we don't want to spoil anything still.
Sure, yeah.
So, but yeah, absolutely. You know, it was just wasted potential all the way around.
I'm upset because I thought about it, after I saw the movie, I went home like, man, I love that franchise so freaking much. Like, I would have forgiven it if it was just like a more tightly knit story, that needed to exist, in one way or another.
Nah. Quick life update, guys. My high school reunion was canceled. I'm very disappointed. Did I tell you that we were setting up a really good, I say we, like it was just one person just really setting up a really good high school reunion. You know what I mean? I was really excited about it. And
okay. You're excited about it?
Not enough people bought a ticket and we had to cancel it. I was the only one, me and one other person who bought a ticket.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah. And I think it was probably her. She probably paid for her own ticket.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. So.
I mean, like.
How's everyone broke after 10 years? I don't get it. Like, don't get me wrong. Yeah. I know times are tough. I know being an adult's never easy, but how did nobody have $40 on them?
That's it?
Yeah, $40. Everything, all right there. And I was me, and I think her. She didn't say who the other person was about a ticket, but
they literally just said like, "That's too much."
She posted, "I've only sold 2 tickets," and everyone's like, "Oh, okay, we're gonna buy one this week. We're gonna buy one this week. Oh, when do you need the deposit by? I'll have it by then." And then she's like, "Bro, just like I need it now. Like it's either." Now or I'm out a lot of money or
oh, that sucks.
Yeah, and so she finally hit the deadline and none enough people bought tickets.
Oh,
and
that really stinks.
I'm disappointed, bro, because I signed up to work the popcorn booth.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, not popcorn, but like I signed up to pass food out. And I was excited. I was like, get to see the guys again. I had reached out or one of the guys reached out to me from a long time ago. It's like it was our 10-year reunion, getting there in age. You know what I mean? It's been 10 years already. Sheesh. Yeah. But we were getting there, and I was excited to meet the guys again, or girls, whatever, I was thinking about the girl that I had a crush on in high school.
Oh, you're like, I wonder if she's like, you know.
Well, I'm pretty sure she's not. I don't think she listens, so I don't mind saying this. I don't think she does anything, really, because she was really smart. She was valedictorian of our high school graduating class.
Yeah.
The girl I had a crush on in high school, she was, like, super smart. She got a full ride scholarship where she was going, and she was like valedictorian of the class. I don't think I'm outing her. If she listens and she's embarrassed, I'm sorry, but I'm not saying her name. Right? So
he thinks you're cute.
Yeah, I think you're attractive. Oh, thank you. Yeah, thanks. So I told her at I was in our JROTC, and we had our military ball, put that in quotes, and we got done there, and I told her I liked her, and she was like, I don't feel the same way, because she was into another guy who had graduated like a year prior, and he wasn't into her. So she was really after him, and that really bugged me because I was like, he's not interested, he has a girlfriend.
I understand people when people get misaligned.
I know, but it's high school, bro. Who cares? Yeah. But at the time, bro. Anyway, I was just wondering if I'd see her again and see how she's doing. I see her on Instagram and stuff.
Remember, he said before he will do anything for women. So if you are listening, you have a new servant.
Yeah. So she was really nice though about not taking advantage of me.
That's good.
Okay, I was that kid who could not take no for an answer, and this is a topic I want to get into on the After Dark series, At Night series with Darcy, because like I think she would actually have some good insight. But I'm sitting here thinking when is no? There's a difference between don't take no for an answer. And like, bro, like you need to take the hint.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Now she was nice and she was straight up about like, I'm not interested.
Sure.
And I should have listened because I just made it so weird, so awkward. I was buying her stuff. I was leaving weird notes. Like, oh, what a freak.
You know what I mean? I did the same crap.
Yeah. But that's the thing with cringy homeschool kids who try to get thrown into adult life. You know what I mean?
So yeah, you were homeschooled as well, right? Mm-hmm. Here's the crazy thing like that. I mean, like I understand absolutely like why there's value in high school reunions, but like I just can't relate to it, unfortunately. But like I could get why, like if I went through that, like maybe I'd be into it a little bit more.
Yeah, I tried to catch up with the guy from high school, and so this was like 4 years after we'd graduated. Yeah. I hadn't talked to him in a couple of years, almost 4. We just kind of fell off. He was my best friend at the time, and it's just like I don't know, it's weird. It was a long time ago. Well, he was bringing up old jokes. That it was almost like we had just hung out after school that day, and he was bringing up that joke, and he kept bringing up stuff. It wasn't just like a one-time thing to break the ice. He was just like he was still living in the past,
dude. That's why. Okay,
you know what I'm trying to say?
I really think they're depressing because like I think the majority of people probably aren't going to be the people that they thought they were going to be,
right?
And then they come to
myself included.
Yeah, exactly. But like like you've matured. Like a few people I say would mature. I don't know if most of them do. A lot of them do kind of just stick with the past and like, or they're very unsuccessful, or they're still working at McDonald's, or like, like they are divorced, or they got married twice, or they have 5 kids now. It's like, I don't know. To me, like people change just so drastically. Like I don't even see like the point of digging up old friendships.
Right.
Like I've much more valued like the newer, more mature ones. That
Well, here's the thing. I agree with you. I wouldn't mind that like once every 10 years or so.
Sure,
like that's fine. The 10-year reunion. But it's just like a lot of those guys can't get out of the past, and it drives me crazy because they're still there. So when I was talking to him, I was like, "Hey, bro. So did you find anybody? Like, did you?" And he's like, "No, actually, that same girl I was with, the same one from high school that broke his heart that he could not get over." And I completely understand. I get it. Okay, I have been hung up on a girl before. I understand, but he was like 4 years later. He's like, "Yeah, she came back." She left her husband and came back, and then she left me and went back to her husband. I was like, bro, how are you still falling for this 4 years after we graduated? Like, bro, people do that their whole lives. Yeah. They do, and I don't get it. But I was like, bro, like you need to let that go. Yeah. That was so long ago. Like I understand it's hard. I get it. I have been hung up on a girl for a very long time. I get it. I understand. I'm not saying it's easy. Okay, but that was so long ago, bro. Sure. And we were kids, basically, like 16, 17, 18. That's still a kid. I don't care. Yes, legal age at 17 here in Texas. Yes, you're right. All right. You're technically an adult, but you're still a kid. I'm sorry. You know what I mean?
Dude, you're still a kid until you're like 21.
Right,
like,
exactly.
Even then.
Yeah, especially with them raising tobacco law, age. So, yeah, anyway. That's my little side rant, and it's uncharacteristic of the rest of the show. But I wanted to bring up my high school reunion was canceled. So, all right, food product for today.
Okay.
Cool. Yeah, buddy. All right. This isn't the first time.
Is it thawed out enough?
I think so.
Okay.
It's French. Okay. Yeah, so it's going to be soft no matter what we do.
All
right. This isn't the first time Van Leeuwen has messed with our show. Okay. As you recall, Van Leeuwen made the ranch ice cream. That's not what we're trying today. Okay. It's not green.
He had to like pull me in a corner and was like, no, snap out of it. Snap out of it.
Yeah. See, here's the thing. Every time I say I got the product for today, he freaks out and he's like, oh, no, because I scarred him with
not
episode.
The ranch.
Yeah.
Not
episode 16 very much scarred him. Okay. And he was very upset at me. It took him a few times to get back to trusting me. But today we have Van Leeuwen honeycomb French ice cream.
Yeah.
Why honeycomb, you ask? Yeah. Well, there's a place in Fort Worth called I think it's like Martin ice cream or something. I don't remember. Well, when they first opened, they had the honeycomb flavor, and it was fantastic. That was the best ice cream I've ever had. It was so delicious, and that was just like their grand opening flavor, and it's gone now. I can't get it, and I'm very disappointed. But I found honeycomb Van Leeuwen. I like Van Leeuwen because what they did with ranch. You know what I mean? I know you disagree. But they have regular flavors. So honeycomb, I'm hoping it tastes as good as the old stuff.
The more you reference that freaking ranch, the more I'm like going to throw up in my mouth. So let's just continue.
Fine. Why French ice cream?
Why?
It's the same text as last time where it's like, eggs, plenty of them. Turns out when you use twice as many egg yolks as standard ice cream, you have to call it French ice cream. I read that already. All right. Let's see what it says on this, though. Ever since 2008, when Van Leeuwen was born out of a yellow truck on the streets of New York City, we've been making good ice cream from good ingredients that makes you feel good. After all, happiness is healthiness. You read that before. But nothing makes us happier than this honeycomb ice cream. Despite being called honeycomb, it's not made from any honey at all. Oh, that's weak. It's made with caramel candy. That all might seem confusing. Yeah, I mean, legit, I was just confused reading it.
Why would you?
Yeah,
okay.
Until you realize that ice cream is also made without ice. Your whole life has been a lie.
Dude.
Signed by Ben, Pete, and Laura. You know what, Van Leeuwen?
I'm a little too depressed now.
You're all right with me. No, that was great.
Why would he do that?
No, that was great, dude. Van Leeuwen's good. That's a good guy. All right. I'm sold. Let me try and open this. Gross.
Yeah.
There we go.
Can I eat first?
Yeah, you can. All right, Van Leeuwen, he's going first.
Going in.
Should I bring up the fact that you don't like being on camera? Or should I cut that out?
I don't care.
Okay. Yeah, he doesn't like being on camera, so we're not going to see his face, but you'll see mine when I try it.
Yeah, it's just like, it depends on the time and day, honestly.
Yeah.
I don't smile very well. Like, I have a very unnatural like weird forced smile that I've had since I was a kid, and everyone's like, "Why don't you smile?" I'm like, "I'm really trying." They're like, "Oh, how about you not be in the photos?"
I was taking pictures for dating again, and Darcy was taking the picture for me, and she's like, "Why don't you show teeth?" And I was like, "I hate my teeth. That's why."
Yeah, I went to the dentist recently, and yeah, I hate my teeth too. Even though no cavities.
Yeah.
But yeah, all right, I'm ready to do this.
Let's try this.
All right, 3,
It's a big scoop.
2, 1.
Look at
I
him.
haven't had ice cream in a while, so I'm not looking forward to this actually.
Yeah. Okay. He's nodding.
That is really good.
Is it?
I love that.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if I could have too many scoops, but it's because it's super sweet.
Would you eat a whole tub of that? Or
tub?
That's what I call a tub. It's a pint. You know what I mean? Would you eat the whole pint?
I don't think I can eat a whole pint. Probably like a cup though.
Okay. That's fair. So like one cup of that, and actually I think half a cup of this is like 8 points. So that's too many. And I got enough for another burger today.
It is a really good taste.
Yeah.
But no, I can't do a whole thing.
That is really good.
It's like 2 different sweet flavors.
Yeah. It's very caramelized. You want any more?
I'm good.
Yeah, me too. I know it's delicious, like actually. So Van Leeuwen, he makes really good products. It's very caramelized. So yeah, it doesn't taste like honeycomb.
Yeah.
It doesn't taste like honey. Because that stuff I mentioned at Martin House or whatever, not Martin House as a brewery, like Martin Ice Cream or something. It tastes like honeycomb.
I can see where they're going with it.
Yeah.
Trying to get that honey flavor, but it doesn't quite.
Yeah, it does.
But I
taste
really
like
do like how they're 2 distinct. Like there's vanilla and then the caramel. Like they're 2 very distinct, and they mix really well together.
Yeah,
so
it is very tasty, but it's not honeycomb.
Sure.
But thank you, Van Leeuwen, for not making more garbage ranch flavors. I like their sarcastic descriptions, dude. I really do. I think they're funny. I wish that when we did the ice cream one, and we read it, but like they weren't very sarcastic on it.
Sure.
They were very much hyping it up as like, oh no, we cracked the code.
Yeah.
We made a very delicious flavor for your enjoyment pleasure. And I was like,
Sure they
oh, I'm sold. Yeah. Anything else you want to add to that previous topic about high school reunions? We got a couple minutes.
Man, being hung up. Like I work with a few people who kind of get stuck in the past, like places I used to work at or people I used to know, and that's all they can freaking talk about.
Yeah.
And we actually have, like, for a few people, we actually at work we have a tally of how many times they bring up the past.
Yeah.
And they have to buy lunch every time they fill out like 5 or something.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
So anytime I hang out with old coworkers from my last job, which I hated, but when we were working together, it was fun to talk about how much we hated that job as a collective. Well, now that I'm at the job I love, and I love my job, and I love my life, I get home at 5:30, get off at 5. But when I go hang out with those guys, they're always like, again, they get back in that circle and like, man, this job sucks. I hate it. I hate working. And I was like, bro, I don't work there anymore. I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah. So like some of my closest,
I don't connect with them.
2 of my closest friends actually, we all met at Target. We all worked there for a few years, probably like 3 years. And I don't think it rarely ever gets brought up. Like we still hang out like a lot. And we all have like adult jobs now, like in totally different areas, and we all have different life experiences. Like, it just doesn't ever get brought up. I'm like, I like that. Like those are the kind of friendships I like. I hate harping on the past, and I hate being negative as well.
I agree.
And usually, a lot of the past has such negativity to it because typically people harp on it, or people are unhappy with their current lives or how their past treated them. How they made it into who they are today.
I agree.
Like, I hate saying the glory days are behind us. Like, no, dude.
Not even close.
Live your freaking life. You're only like 24.
I know, dude. Our best days are nowhere near close. You know what I'm saying? And I'm happy now. That I think these are some of the best days of my life. But I'm not. I know if I say that now, then it's like, well, where's there to grow? Like, go up.
Exactly.
There's nowhere else to go but up.
There's literally no benefit to that at all.
Sky's the limit.
Yeah.
So those are my final words. All right, guys, we did the whole thing. I'm excited. I can't wait to edit this. I'm glad we got the new equipment and it's still working. Sounds great. So, guys, I think we'll see you next time. Thank you for joining us this week. We'll see you next week.
Have a good one.
Bye, guys.